The new bodybuilder. Bodybuilding should be a major priority in our lives because it will keep us away from unhealthy lifestyles. We all live in a culture of unhealthy lifestyles, and it takes a clear and visible aim that produces results to overcome it. Long before noticing your new shape, you will begin feeling healthier and more flexible. Before long, reaching a point that even your teenage self has never crossed. Being able to outlift and outrun the mighty teenager is an incredible achievement. Beating the snot out of your younger self in terms of flexibility, strength, and endurance means that your body will become young again. And we all have this power within us. We have the ability to de-age ourselves and then slow down our aging as we remain fit and bouncy. It gets even more interesting where obese people who feel old are concerned. Because the moment they begin their daily workouts, their fat gives them an incredible advantage. It not only builds their muscle by weighing them down every moment of the day, something that fits better than a weight vest or wrist and ankle weights, but also provides them with energy and possibly the perfect source of nutrition as they become younger and younger every day. When I was beginning my workouts, I was stopped by a large man on a bicycle who asked me, "How are you doing this?" "You have to quit your job," I replied. He obviously said, "I can't do that." But it was his job that was killing him. And nothing is worth 40 years of your life. Nothing. He just couldn't center himself in what seemed to be quite the rodeo. I am a programmer, and I had to relearn programming under the tiredness brought on by the initial bodybuilding, which lasted several years for me. Losing unhealthy weight is a kind of a race to get into the fit zone, so a large change is required. But, it is not an inconvenience. This is the act of coming into balance with our health requirements. As a bodybuilder, you can forget speed running life. It's not gonna happen. Life will slow down, and it will slow you down. And the very act of bodybuilding is a balancing act itself. Lifting heavy is a trick. It will only give you a little bit and only at first. Then you fall into the plateau trap. Because lifting heavy means that you can't finish your exercise. There are actually multiple shutdowns that you have to reroute around. The major one seems to be related to blood circulation. It is a kind of a choke. If you stop a couple of lifts early, switch to a different muscle group for just about 15 seconds, you can continue lifting and the choke is somewhat reset. Now, with heavy weights, it will be only a couple more lifts. But with lower weights, it could mean another 3 to 5 minutes without pause, sneaking past the strange circulation choke and going under the pain radar and the energy exhaustion. So lifting heavy prevents bodybuilding by stopping the exercise way too soon. Lifting heavy to get bigger muscle is a little bit naive, but it is an easy assumption to make. And quite a mistake indeed. Finally, I will leave you with a hint on how to do it all right. You can't just start bodybuilding. No one has that much endurance at first. You must first build up an hour's worth of lifting endurance, and that is done exactly the way the joggers do it. They rest less and less and run more and more, with the clear aim, without any doubt, of running through their entire route non-stop. Until they can do it non-stop, they just feel like they aren't there yet. We can say that until the day that they run their full route non-stop, they are just training for jogging, not actually jogging yet. And that is the case in bodybuilding. Until you can lift 3 or 5 pounds for an hour non-stop, it is just training. It is not bodybuilding yet, though you will be transforming with clear weekly results. It will be fantastic, but you can do so much better and faster. To do anything boring for an hour, you will need music to help you focus. More precisely, you need to lift to the beats of music, or the ancient drum. And surprise, surprise, that can only mean dumbbells. You can't isolate on a machine, you can't lay down anywhere, because you must dance. Dumbbells are by far the superior exercise. They allow you to work different muscle groups without actually putting them down or doing much of anything. You can lift to the side, above, in front, and do biceps, and all this motion will also impact your back, abdominal muscles, and your legs. And get this, you must not count. You can't look at your watch even, as that will ruin your dance trance. So you need an interval timer. There are open source versions and free apps. You can get a clip-on as well, and you must absolutely use the vibrate function. The machine must tell you when to go and when to stop with mathematical precision, so you can just focus on your music, on hitting that every beat. Depending on your body type, you may eventually need a 4-hour workout 5 days a week, probably for less than a year, but maybe 2 or 3. And there is a small trick to configuring your interval timer, which is just 2 countdown timers, one for your workout and one for your rest, that you configure to repeat for some number of rounds. So 10 rounds of a minute-long workout and 2 minutes of rest will give you a pretty mighty 30-minute workout. You must start at the beginning with 3 or 5 pound dumbbells, and then simply figure out how long you can lift them for non-stop and how much rest do you need to do it again for just about 10 rounds. As time goes on, you will need to start shortening your rest period, just like joggers do it. Maybe add more rounds as well. The real bodybuilding begins only after you can lift 5 pounds for an hour non-stop to reasonably paced songs. You must always make sure to hit that every beat. No sets, no reps, just dancing or twisting and turning with dumbbells until you reshape yourself and frankly look a little bit too much, though, in a good way.